Hello, this is Priscilla, and welcome to our conversational hour. This is Priscilla, and I'm happy to be back with everyone. And we will start our lesson of Let's Go Fishing. Hello, Bruno. How are you? I hope you are doing well. This should be an exciting lesson for us.
Good.
Hello, Mari. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing great. I missed you guys when I was on vacation, but I am
Uh,
back.
oh, that's great, teacher. I love your class because I remember a lot of technicians
Defi-
about
def-
language
Okay, definitions and techniques. Okay,
techniques. Yeah.
lots of tech. Okay.
Yes, in English. So I think I learned a lot of rules, and I keep calm when I spoke English.
hmm
So I like it.
Great. Well, I'm happy to hear that. And tonight you will learn even more. So what I
Yeah.
try to do is allow for my lessons to build on what you have previously learned.
Okay, great.
So some of the things that we're going to do today, I'm going to post what the objective is, and of course I will tell you what the objective is again as well for those who are just observing and they may not be able to see what I've put in. But your objective today is to understand how antonyms actually works. Antonyms are words that are opposite of another. For example, if I say love, then what would be the opposite of love? It would be an antonym. What would be the opposite of that, Amari?
Hate? I don't
Very
know.
good. It would be hate. The antonym for love would be hate. And this is how we get to develop even more vocabulary because we want to say the same thing, but we want to be able to say the same thing in different ways. And we do that with a variety of vocabulary words. Dennis, how are you?
I'm good. What about
Great.
you?
I'm doing very well. It's nice to have you with us. And Elise, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. So thank you for joining us tonight. And I was just
Thanks.
going over what our objective is. And rather than spend too much time now talking about the objective, let's go ahead and see if we can't get started with meeting that objective. So what we typically do is read a little bit, a short story or a synopsis of something, and from there we discuss and build on vocabulary, enunciation, pronunciation, and the structure of the English language without too much emphasis on grammar. So Amari, I'm going to type your name here, Amauri, and of course you will be number one if you see that one underneath your name. Then we have Dennis, Denes, you will be number two, and Elise, you will be number three, Elise. And if we get more people in, we will add them as well. So what I'm going to do now is actually read this short story. I want you to pay close attention to the words that are in bold, the, going, they, no, fish, etc., because you will use these words again. This story is Let's Go Fishing, and it's general reading, which means it's very basic reading, and it should not be too difficult to understand. They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing. They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish. Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish, but fishing was fun even if they caught no fish. The boat left the dock. The boat stopped in the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms on their hooks. Some people put live worms on their hooks. Some people put dead worms on their hooks. Some people put rubber worms on their hooks. Everyone dropped their hooks into the water. Then they waited. They waited for the fish to bite the worms. All right, does everybody have a general understanding of what's taking place now in this story? Amari, do you have a general understanding of what's taking place in the story? 80%? Do you understand 80%?
Yes, teacher. I understand all things in the text.
Okay, what about you, Dennis? 80%? Do you understand 80%?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And finally, Elise, do you understand 80%?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So now, Amari, I'm going to start with you. I'd like for you to read the entire story, and I will not interrupt you unless you ask me to. Could you please read for me, Amari?
Yes, of course. They walked onto the dock. Sorry, teacher. I am hearing some I
Okay,
don't
I'll
know
I'll mute. I'll
noise.
mute. Dennis, I'm going to mute your microphone, and I will mute mine as well. All right, you may continue.
Thank you, Dennis. They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing. They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish. Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish. But fishing was fun even if they caught no fish. The boat left the dock. The boat stopped in the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms on their hooks. Some people put live worms on their hooks. Some people put dead worms on their hooks. On their hooks, yeah. Some people put rubber worms on the hooks. Everyone dropped their hooks into the water. Then they waited for the fish to bite the worms.
Hello, teacher. You haven't muted. Your microphone is muted.
Oh, thank you. And I'm just talking away. Okay, this word is live. Thank you, Elise. Um, this word is live. Can you say live worms,
Live
Amari?
worms? Yes,
Live
live
worms.
worms.
Thank you. All right, good reading. Now we will hear from number 2, which is Dennis. Dennis, would you read the exact same thing, please? Unmute your
Okay.
microphone, Dennis, and read
It's okay.
for us. You may start reading, Dennis.
Well, I can see the beginning.
Can you see it now?
Yeah. Can I start?
Yes, please. Please start.
They walked into
They
Repeat.
walked on two. They walked
onto
on two.
onto. They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing. They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish. Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish, but fishing was fun even if they caught no fish. The boat left. The boat left the dock. The boat the boat stopped in the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms on their hooks. Some people put live worms on their hooks. Some people put dead worms on their hooks. Some people put rubber worms on the hooks. Everyone dropped the hooks into the water. They then they waited. They waited for the fish to bite the worms.
Okay, very nice. Now, this word here is caught. You said it correctly here, but you did not say it correctly at the first. So this word is caught. Can you say caught? Caught?
Caught, caught,
Mm-hmm.
or caught or caught,
Caught. Caught. Like
catch.
caught.
Right,
Caught.
caught.
Caught. Caught. That's it. All right, thank you very much. Now we are going to hear from Elise. Elise, would you read for us?
Yeah, I cannot see the paragraph.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing. They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish. Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish. But fishing was fun, even if they caught no fish. The boat left the dock. The boat stopped in the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms on their hooks. Some people put live worms on their hooks. Some people put dead worms on their hooks. Some people put rubber worms on their hooks. Everyone dropped their hooks into the water. Then they waited. They waited for the fish to bite the worms. That's all.
Very nice. Very nicely done. Let's see. I think there were no problems with yours, Elise. So very nicely done. Thank you for that. And you get a check mark as well for your efforts. Okay, so now, do we have questions about what you just read? Does anyone have questions about what we read?
No.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is look at this close. Close means that I have omitted some words. These are not the missing words here. These are not the missing words. In fact, I think I'll just remove that. Those are not the missing words. The missing words are going to be here. Going, the. These are what it's called sight words. A sight word is a word that no matter where it is, you should be able to recognize it. You should be able to recognize that word. In, on, top, boat, just tiny words. Tiny words are called sight words. Amari, can you give me some sight words that you should just immediately be able to recognize? They're usually like 3 letters long, usually.
Sight words, I think it's couple, bite, feel. Is it okay?
Yeah, those are okay. But they're usually the, and, but, go, run. There are many others, but these are words that you don't have to see them, but you know that they're missing. What about you, Dennis? Can you name a few? You can even name the ones that we just said. What are some sight words? Dennis, unmute your microphone and tell me some of the sight words.
It's like at, to,
2 more. And 1 more.
Us.
Good. All right, great. And Elise, can you name a few sight words for me?
Sorry, I didn't hear the in front part. Sight what?
Sight words. These are tiny words that you almost recognize even if they're not in the sentence. They're like the, a, and, but, yes, no, or. Those are little tiny words that you almost recognize, even if the words are not in the sentence, you recognize that they are the ones that are missing. Therefore, when you start to read, you don't have to see the words, but you know that that's what's missing. Okay, can you name a few of these words for me? Can you name a few sight words for me? I just gave you some. A, and, but, the, they. Can you name those words?
A, and, they, but.
Good.
And let me see. No.
They're just letter words. Usually they're about 3 letters. They're about 3-letter words, okay? The, going,
They work. Okay.
no, in, on. These are sight words. These are called sight words. Okay?
Sight. Oh, sight. Yeah, sorry, sight words.
Sight. Uh-huh. All right, so now we're going to go with, let's see, Elise, we'll start with
Okay,
you. Let's
sure.
see. Copy. We're going to go with you, Elise, and you're going to do the close. LB. And this time, Elise, you're going to read this story and fill in the blanks. But if you don't know immediately what to put in there, just keep going. They walked into the deck. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. Okay, go.
Okay. They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing.
Great.
They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish.
Fantastic.
Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish. But fishing was fun, even if they caught no fish. The boat left the dock. The boat stopped in the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms on their hooks.
Great.
Some put live worms on their hooks. Some put dead worms on their hooks. Some put rubber worms on their hooks. And
some
they dropped their hooks into water. Then they waited for the fish to bite the worms.
Okay, great. Very nicely done. Okay, so copy. And this was Elise. Copy. Okay, Dennis, try.
Just try.
Mhm.
They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing. They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish. Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish. I don't know.
But fishing, just put anything in there. Put anything there.
But fishing was fun even if they caught no fish. The boat left the dock. The boat stopped into the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms in their hooks. Some people put live worms on the hooks. Some people put dead worms on their hooks. Some people put rubber worms on their hooks. Some dropped their hooks into the water. Then I don't know this.
Okay, just go on.
They waited for the fish to bite the
hooks.
worms.
Okay, the hooks would be fine. Okay, that's good. All right, and Amari, would you try? It doesn't matter what sight word you put in. Just try to put in a tiny little word, okay? You may begin.
Okay. They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing. They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish. Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish. But fishing was fun even if they caught no fish. The boat left the dock. The boat stopped in the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms on their hooks. Some people put live worms on their hooks. Some people put dead worms on their hooks. Some people put rubber worms on their hooks. Everyone dropped their hooks into the water. Then they waited for the fish to bite the worms.
Okay, and this again is they put live,
Live,
live.
live,
It is spelled the same as live, but in the context of how you're reading, it's some people put live worms
live,
on their hooks.
live
Okay?
worms.
Yeah.
Okay, put the live.
Okay.
Okay.
Any questions, anyone so far?
No question, teacher.
Okay, you guys are doing awesome. I'm going to come back to this one if we have time. This one, I just want you to put this in correct order. It is from the story, but we'll come back to it. Now I want you all to tell me the story. So we're going to start with, is it Elise? Let's see, who is it? One more, Control C. Okay, so we're going to go here, Control V, and no, Dennis, we'll start with you first. Denes, Dennis, and Amari, Amari, and then we'll have Elise, and I'll do this one, Priscilla. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to tell me the story as best as you can from what you remember. There were a lot of people who went out on a boat, and they went out on the boat to fish. Some people used rubber worms, and they used the lake. They put their worms on a hook. They had a lot of fun. Sometimes the fish did bite. They would drop the hooks down into the dock. They might catch a couple of fish, or they may catch no fish at all, but they used a lot of their gear. Okay? Now, even if you use one of the words, if I have not deleted the word, you must keep talking until I delete the word. All right? You got the idea? Okay, Dennis, you can go first. Dennis can go first.
All right.
Okay, can you see the words, Dennis?
Yeah.
Okay, Dennis, you are going first. All right. Whenever you're ready.
There were people into the boat. They they were fishing. They used rubber worms and put into the hook. They caught many fishes. Uh, the fishes bite the hook. Um, I don't remember the.
Okay, it doesn't have to be from this story. Just use the words. It doesn't have to be from the story.
Okay, some fish were dropped. Was fun to get the fish. They caught a couple of fish. The dock was the middle of the lake. That was fun. Gear.
Yeah.
They
One
use
question.
they use gear is like what?
The gear was the equipment. Gear is equipment.
All right.
Okay, so use the gear. Okay, gear is equipment. I did. Go ahead and use the word gear. Dennis.
They use the gear to get fish.
Okay, great. Okay, let me see if I can find a little trophy for you. They use gear. Okay. Okay, and that was Dennis. Control V. Okay, yay. Okay, Amari. Omari, it's your turn.
Yes, I can see other. Okay. Um. Uh. They. Oh my gosh. Ogre. Okay. I am a go fishing. And I catch live worms and put it in my hook, and I I throw in the lake, and um, was very fun because the fish bite the worm in my hook, and dropped in my hook. So I take it out of the lake and put into onto the boat, and I get a couple of fishing, put it next to the gear in my boat, and cleaning the fish with my rubber. I don't know.
Well, they had rubber worms.
And I get the way in, in different way in the dock.
Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. So we got that. We finally got that one. Okay. So let's give you a trophy. Trophy. And let's see where did I go with that. And let's see, where did my little thing go? Here we go. Here we are. Trophy. And great job. And okay, Elise, it is your turn.
Okay. The other day, I saw a couple going fishing by the lake. Okay. They took lots of gear and hooks with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried very hard to catch a fish, but they couldn't. Initially, they put some rubber worm on the hook to let the fish to bite. However, they dropped their hooks into the water. Even though they lost their hooks, but they had great fun. And they get into a boat and put some live worms into the hook on the hook. Then finally they got lots of fish, and they get back onto the dock, and they happily went home.
Okay, nice job. Nice job. Okay, I like the vocabulary that you introduced, Elise, when you were retelling the story, and I like the what would I call those, conjunctions. However, you used the word however several times, and that was a good transition. So that was very, very good. Now we're going to look at what I'm going to call phrasal verbs. These are phrasal verbs. All right. Here are the phrasal verbs. These are the phrasal verbs here on this side. So I want you to look at all of these phrasal verbs. Here is the definition, and here's an example. These are the definitions here in this column. These are the definitions. Okay, and here are your examples here. Your examples of these over here. Now, when you're using your phrasal verb, I want you to remember the story of going fishing. So I need you to have your phrasal verb to represent something in the story. I'll give you an example. I'm going to choose break out. All right. I'm going to use the word break out. And the word break out means, in this case, it means to escape. So I'm going to choose, there was a world panic when SARS broke out in China in 2002. That's an example. Is this the one I said I was going to do? I don't know if this is, I'm going to do this one anyway. So doing this one. Or someone else can. So Priscilla's doing this one, break out. The fishermen in the boat decided that they would catch as many fish as the state would allow. One of the fishermen caught a fish that was under quarantine, which means no one is to catch this fish because of the disease. Now, the one person who caught the fish decided that he would not break out his container once they reached the dock. He decided he would not break out his container of fish because they were diseased. That's not necessarily a good one, but the purpose of the activity is to give you an opportunity to try and think and continuously speak. All right? Does anyone understand that? What I'm saying? So we can try it anyway. So look at the few that I have. I have break up, break out, bring someone down. Which one would you like to choose? And I think we'll go with Elise this time. Elise, you will go first. Which one of these would you like to choose? Break up, break out this one, break out this one, or bring someone down? Which one would you like to?
Bring someone down is quite easy to say.
Okay, so Elise is going to go with this one. E-L-E-S-E. Elise, okay, this one's yours, Elise. You may start when you're ready. Why don't you go ahead and read all of this, read everything for us, then we'll know that you understand what it is that you're reading. Okay, Elise? Elise?
Okay. The whole family went fishing. The father told the son, he is good at fishing. So the son was waiting for his father to catch lots of fishes.
Well, I won't write it. Okay, go continue.
Okay. In the end, the father didn't catch any fish. So the father really brought his son down. And the little boy was unhappy because he didn't see any fish in the end.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. All right. Good try, at least. Thank you. Okay. Amari or Dennis, which one would you like to take? Break up, break out, or bring someone down?
Break out.
Which one, to spread or to escape?
To escape.
Okay. And who is this? Is this Amari?
Yes.
Okay, Amari. A-M-A. Okay, Amari.
I am walking in the street when I heard a lot of people run and scream. Oh my gosh! Earthquake! So break out oh my gosh!
Now don't forget it has to be about the boat and the fish. Don't forget to include the boat and the fish.
Ah, and the boat and the fish. Okay. Sorry, I create a situation. Sorry. Breakout. Okay. I am I am fishing, and my boat was broke in the stone and into the lake, in the middle of lake. So I needed to break out with them because I needed to go home.
Okay.
Is it-
Okay. And let's see. Dennis? Dennis,
Yeah.
which one would you like to take? Break up?
Break break up.
Okay, Dennis is going to take break up. Okay, Dennis. All right, whenever you're ready, Dennis.
There was a couple in the boat uh,
Mhm.
trying to fish.
Mhm.
Uh, they were using many types of worms.
Mhm.
Uh, the the boyfriend had idea
Ah.
to
Mhm.
the boyfriend had an idea to get the fish with the hands, but the fish bites his hand,
Mhm.
and her girlfriends get upset about it, and the boy uh, the boy get angry because the girl didn't help him, and then they broke up because of this.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay. All right. Any questions about what we did so far? Any questions? Again, I want you to remember that the purpose of my activities is to get you to think spontaneously and to continuously speak. The words will eventually fall in the proper order when you're speaking, but the first thing that you have to do is to be able to speak quickly. You know exactly what you want to say in your head, the words are just not coming out correctly, and that's fine. I promise you the words will come out eventually. Now, what we're going to do is talk about tenses. In the English language, the formation of the tenses play an important role. So I want you to think about the story that we just read, which was about people going out on the boat and catching fish. They use hooks, they use rubber worms, they use live bait, and they caught a few fish, and sometimes they caught just a couple or a lot of fish. So here's the story in present tense. The first thing that they were doing, there were people on the boat fishing, and the word ing tells me that this is something that they are currently doing. That is, they're doing it in the present. They are fishing. The past tense is that they caught. They caught something. Caught is a past tense word. Catch is present. So if they caught it, that means it's something that they've already done. If they're going to go out and fish tomorrow, that lets me know that it is something in the future. So I want each of you to take turns and tell me a very quick story about fishing and this boat using the present, the past, and the future. Here's my story. Today I am going today today I am fishing with my friends Amari and Dennis and Elise. Yesterday we went fishing but we didn't catch anything. Tomorrow we will catch fish but we will fish in a different lake. Okay? So can you see how I gave you the present, the past, and the future? Who would like to go first? Amari, would you like to go first? Amari?
He's not here.
Okay, okay. Elise, would you like to go first?
Her microphone is mute.
Elise, unmute your microphone. unmute. Okay. Elise, unmute your microphone. Elise, unmute your microphone. Okay, maybe she's not here. Dennis, why don't you go ahead and go for us? Dennis?
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me find my little story. Okay, Dennis. Dennis is reading his story. Okay, Dennis.
I'm back, teacher. Sorry, my computer was frozen. I don't know why.
Okay, that's okay.
We're
Dennis.
back now.
Okay, Dennis, tell your story.
It's in the boat.
You're going to tell the present. Okay, you're going to tell the present. Present. Okay, you ready? Tell your story.
That is about the fishing.
Yes, it's about fishing. Mm-hmm.
Right. A couple was fishing into the lake with many kinds of worms. Yesterday, they were fishing with just one kind of worm, but didn't work. Today, they are gonna fish many fish. Yes, they're gonna fish. They're gonna catch.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yesterday they had many kinds, but that did not work. What else did you say?
Yesterday they had just one kind of worm. Today they have many kind of worms. So they caught many kinds of fish.
So let's see where a couple was fishing on the lake with many kinds of worms. This is going to be present. This is present. Okay, so this is present. Okay, so this is present. Yesterday, they had one kind of worms. Okay, and this is past. Okay, yes, it's past. And today, this is present.
Yeah.
Today is present. Today is present.
Yeah.
Okay. The future. Here.
Tomorrow they.
Okay, so let's put tomorrow. Tomorrow. Tomorrow they will
Catch.
many kinds of fish. And so this way we can have future. All right, so now we have future. All right. Got it. Okay, so now we have that one. So, Elise, are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, tell us your story. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Dennis, can you read your story for us? A couple was fishing.
A couple was fishing in the lake with many kinds of worms. Yesterday, they had one kind of worms. Tomorrow they will use another kind of worms and hopefully catch many kinds of fish.
Okay, good. Okay, Elise.
Okay. My brother-in-law is good at fishing. He always asks my husband to go fishing with him. They went fishing last week. They spent the whole day on fish.
Wait, he always asks.
He always asks my hubby to go fishing with him. They went fishing last week. They spent the whole day there, but they didn't get any fish. They didn't catch any fish. They are planning to go fishing again.
Okay.
We have decided we will go fishing next week.
So my brother-in-law is good at fishing. That could be present, but we'll see. He always asks my husband to go fishing with him. Okay, that could be present. They went fishing, so this is going to be present. Okay. Yeah. They went fishing last week. This is going to be past. TNSE. Went fishing last week. They spent the whole day there, but they did not catch any fish, so that's past tense. They are planning. Okay, this is future. To go fishing again. Good. And this is future tense. Okay. All right, can you read yours for us, Elise?
Sure. My brother-in-law is good at fishing. He always asks my hubby to go fishing with him. They went fishing last week. They spent the whole day there, but they didn't catch any fish. They are planning to go fishing again. We have decided we will go fishing next week.
Okay, great. Amari, are you ready? Okay.
Yes, teacher.
I'm ready.
Okay. I was fishing yesterday and it wasn't good like today because I caught a lot of fishes. So I wanted to go home to eat then with my family. Tomorrow morning I will try to do this one more time because this month there are a lot of fishes in the lake. I would like enjoy with my friends, but my friends are working all the time.
I missed something. I was fishing yesterday and it was not as good today as yesterday. So I wanted to go home with my family. What did you say? Okay, I was fishing yesterday, so this is past tense. I don't think I have a present tense.
Okay, I was fishing yesterday and
Was not as good. All of this is still past tense. All of this is still
okay.
past tense.
Okay, so I wanted to go home with Dan to eat with my family.
Okay, it's still past tense. You
Okay.
wanted to go. That's what you wanted to do. You thought about doing it yesterday. So what did you do currently?
I am going. Okay.
It's something that you're doing now.
Yes, yes. Let me think about. I am eating the fish right now. I don't know. I'm eating the fish.
Yeah, because you're doing it right now. Okay, I'm eating the fish we caught yesterday. Okay, so this fish we caught yesterday. Okay, so here's what we are probably thinking. I'm eating the fish we caught yesterday. But you're doing that right now. I was fishing yesterday, and it was not as good today as yesterday. Well, I was fishing yesterday, and it is not as good today as yesterday. So I wanted to go home with my family. Okay, so now Control C. So I can put this here, Control V. And then I would like to join with my friends, but my friends are working. I would like to join with my friends tomorrow for more fishing. And my friends go out of forming. This will be your future. Something like that. Okay. Can you read that for us?
Yes, I'm eating the fish we caught yesterday. I was fishing yesterday and it was not as good today as yesterday. So I wanted to go home with my family. I would like to join with my friends tomorrow for more fishing. But tomorrow is a holiday and my friends will go out of the town.
Okay. Good. All right. So that is what we would have done to show past tense, present tense, and future tense. We would go into some idioms, but we don't have time to look at idioms today. So we're now at the top of the hour, and we're going to go to Amari. Amari, we'll ask you for final words before we end our session. I want to thank you for attending, Amari. It's always good to see you. Final
Good
words.
to see you as well.
Okay.
I love this class because I learned a lot of words, new words, like worms, like hook, because it's not common in my vocabulary. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Amari. And what I want you to do, Amari, is as you continue to attend the sessions, you'll continue to use and learn more vocabulary, and you can start bringing in vocabulary from other sessions when you create your stories. That will reinforce that you're actually deeply learning the vocabulary. Thank you. Dennis, final words? Dennis, final words?
I really like this kind of class because it helped me to develop my skills on speaking.
Good. Well, I want you to continue to practice speaking, and I promise you that the more you continue to speak, your words will eventually line up properly, and you'll see that the fluency that you're wishing for and hoping for will eventually be there just for you. Thank you, Dennis. Elise, final words, please.
Well, I think it's a good session to build up speaking skills, especially for us non-English speaker, non-native speakers. I think through this kind of classes, it will make us to speak in a more natural way.
Okay, I appreciate that. And for those of you who are listening as sidebar, thank you very much, and I hope that you will attend other sessions. And if you have a desire, please join us. We would be more than happy to have you participate in a live session. So thank you, and I appreciate everyone for staying and participating actively. If there's nothing else, Elise, thank you very much. Dennis, thank you very much. And Amari, thank you very much. Holly, thank you for your participation. Ibram, Mohammed, and anyone else, Salmon, all of those that are in the sidebar. Thank you for joining us. Have a great night. Bye for now.
Thank you, Priscilla. Good night.
Good night.